NECROMANCER live show. This stream will begin in time. Thank you for your patience. Grab a drink, sit back, and explore the paranormal with us. Welcome to the NECROMANCER live show. This stream will begin in time. Thank you for your patience. Grab a drink, sit back, and explore the paranormal with us. Welcome to the NECROMANCER live show. This stream will begin in time. Thank you for your patience. Grab a drink, sit back, and explore the paranormal with us. Welcome to the NECROMANCER live show. This stream will begin in time. Thank you for your patience. Grab a drink, sit back, and explore the paranormal with us. Welcome to the NECROMANCER live show. This stream will begin in time. Thank you for your patience. Grab a drink, sit back, and explore the paranormal with us. Welcome to the NECROMANCER live show. This stream will begin in time. Thank you for your patience. Grab a drink, sit back, and explore the paranormal with us.
As far back as I can remember, I dreamt of a normal life. A life filled with normal things. A life where monsters don't live in closets or under the bed. A life where ghosts aren't real. I just wanted to be normal. But that didn't happen. It wasn't meant to be. Since my early 20s, I have experienced profound paranormal events that would change my life. Extreme poltergeist activity, living amongst those that have departed this earth in ways unimaginable. It has affected my loved ones and children with no end in sight. I could hear things, see things, and feel things not of this world. I asked myself if this was a gift or a curse. With the help of my mother and close friends, I emerged a paranormal investigator. Since 2013, I have been on a relentless journey to learn about the paranormal. I invite you to follow me into the unknown. Welcome to the NECROMANCER live show.
What is this? We are live on the Necromancer live show page. That's weird. But I think it's been long enough, friends. Welcome to the Necromancer live show. I'm your host, Justin Brown. If you did not know, it looks like everybody in here knows who the heck we are. Thank you for joining us. It's pretty awesome. We have another weirdo here with us. What's up, Missy? It's been so long, I've grown a beard. That's how long it's been. Yeah, grandfather time over here now. The beard is a topic that we can discuss. You can blame people like Matt Benton and some others that said that I should grow a beard. It's not my idea to do so. I constantly fidget and pull at it and do what people with beards do. It's annoying. So we're going to start this off. If you like the beard, type 1 in the chat. If you don't like it, type 2. And we'll find out how popular it is right off the rip. Got Are You Media in the house? What's up? Can't hear Missy. Is anybody else not hearing Missy? Because I have your audio coming in. That's weird. I'm going to check. Oh boy, that is tragic. All right, let's see why. We're going to find out why. I would not know why you can't hear her. So, let's try. See, this is one of the things that I have to figure out. I haven't streamed in so long. It should be working. Advanced audio properties. Desktop audio. That might be. I didn't have channel 1 selected. So go ahead and start talking and see if that's working now.
Check.
All right. Properties. Let's see if that works. Checking the desktop audio.
Check.
That might be. I didn't have channel 1 selected. Hold on. So go ahead and start talking and see if that's working now.
Check.
It's working. All right. Sorry about that. There was a box that was unchecked. OBS Studio for the win.
Or so just do sign language, Missy.
Just do sign language. Much. Sorry about that. Yep, you're here now. We got Eddie Pence in the house. They're all trickling in.
Yep.
This
Tina
is
Rutledge. Aubrey's watching.
Okay, so here it is, folks. This is what's going to happen. Here's the plans. Let's go here. We'll let everybody stare at the Baphomet for a while. So we haven't been live streaming, as you all know. My life took a turn it changed a lot. I got a new job. It required a lot of energy and time. My daughter started doing a lot of sports all year round, and she travels everywhere in the summer. During the spring, she plays a lot of softball for her school, and I had to make time for all that, and it sucked, but it happened. We haven't released any paranormal content as far as edited in documentary formats and stuff like that, so I'm going to start with the live streaming. My plan is to condense all the shows that we had, the Paranormal Soapbox Show, Necromancer Live, and Interface Death Live, into one show. So we're going to interview people in the paranormal. We're going to do, I'm going to discuss topics like I did in Paranormal Soapbox, and we're going to do stuff like we did on Interface Death Live, like doing reviews, tech reviews, evidence reviews, shenanigans. We're going to, definitely talk about, stuff that happens in current events in the paranormal. we're going to do it all right on here on Necromancer. I'm hoping that that's going to work out. If you know anybody that wants to be interviewed that is a content creator, digital creator, or anything like author, or psychic medium, anything that does the paranormal that has some type of established paranormal work, we would definitely like to bring them on the show. Paranormal investigators are welcome, even if they don't have work. You know, our patrons, our followers, if you don't mind getting on a webcam and getting on the show and talking about stuff, that's going to happen. Not going to be a guest every time, probably not. But we're going to do a mix of everything that we've done in the past right here on this show. Hopefully that works. What do you think, Missy?
Yep, sounds good to me.
So, before I forget, this whole time this whole hiatus we've been dealing with, that we have still been getting support from patrons. Okay, and I'm just going to go to the screen real quick. My Patreon screen lags for some reason. Maybe it's the background. I have to figure out why that is. But I want to emphasize how important the support has been over the last, I don't know how long I've been away. The people you see on the screen are all stars. I don't know what to say about them. I don't know. I can't measure or quantize the amount of support they have. They put forth to our content, but they've basically been supporting this the whole time, and we haven't really been releasing things. I mean, I've been doing things. I've been reviewing things. I have been doing some things, but not for you guys. But to continue to get the support from the people you see on the screen it blows me away. And I'm telling you what, guys, it has helped. Every single penny has helped me get through tough times, to do a bunch of stuff. And I just basically spent all of July's patronage on new graphics, Restream subscription, Avanto's subscription. That's where you see the new graphics come from, the audio, all kinds of stuff I can do from just that support on just 1 month. So we're going to get back into it, guys. I'm excited to start doing this again, and hopefully we can do it every week, and hopefully you guys can get something out of it. So yeah, go ahead.
Daniel Everson, we got our start here. Jamie and myself found love here. You helped found our name.
Is that true? I know.
Yes,
I know.
It is.
I know that they were on here when they first got together. If I remember, there was two groups that combined.
They had just started a group together, and they actually fell in love on this show.
Wow. So, I mean, that's a thing, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a thing. That's pretty cool.
Hey, Josh Bender, I'm supposed to show you what I'm drinking here tonight.
Oh,
I am
God.
drinking a Twinkie iced latte.
Yeah. No, show it longer. Let him gaze upon it. Move it to the front of you. It's getting cropped out. There you go. There it is. There it is. She's going to take a drink of it.
Yep.
All right, so here we are again. I don't know what you want to start off with. We can start off with, we can kind of catch everybody up to date with what's been going on in our lives really fast. It's not take a whole lot of time. We are going to go to 10 o'clock. We're not going to start stuff on Discord after shows yet. My wife Christy had to get a job to make ends meet, and she gets up early, so we can't start that yet. But I'm going to figure out a way to get that back very soon, as soon as possible. So I know a lot of people like to jump on Discord and hang out after the show. We may start doing it before the shows. Let me know what you think about doing Discord hangouts before the show, because I could definitely do that. Can't wait for the Discord. Yeah, I know. Arden's probably the biggest advocate of Discord hangouts.
Mm-hmm.
among a few others.
Daniel Emerson said start off with a beard, Justin.
All right. I think it was Matt, if I remember. Well, I know Josh Bender has been bugging me since he's known me to grow a beard. So, Josh, hi Ray, I see you there, Sky. I think Josh has been wanting me to grow beard because Derek jumped on the beard wagon, and he got him hooked, and I was stubborn about it. I was like, I think beards are gross. My shit's fuzzy. Look at it, it's fuzzy. I don't like it. It's not the way I envision a beard on myself. So, fast forward a while, and I think Matt Benton had mentioned, hey man, you should grow a beard too, so everyone on the team would have a beard, excluding the girls. And I'm like, I don't know, man. And I'm just like, and then there was a few other, I cannot remember, there was a few others that told me to do it. And
Derek told you to do it after Josh brought it up on the last.
Okay, so I think I essentially folded. You know, I caved in. So I have a beard. So I forgot to go back through. Was there more ones than twos about the beard? Let me see.
There were only ones.
Only ones.
Only ones.
Okay. Damn it. You're supposed to put two. Yeah, Matt, you definitely did. I think you were the one that I remember initially, right before I started just not shaving. He said you should grow a beard, and I'm kind of weighing, should I do it, should I not do it? I'm just like, well, it'd be easier not to shave. We'll give it a try. I don't know if Christy and Awen would love it if it gets long or not. I don't know, but yeah, I have a beard now, so that's a thing. The beard looks awesome. Okay. All right, I'll take your word for it. Take your word for it.
Josh said beards, they grow on you.
Yeah, they definitely do. I mean, I don't know if they'll grow on my personality, but they definitely grow on my face.
Gina said, "Is this your first beard ever?"
I've had goatees. I've never had a full beard. I've had pretty long goatees, probably like 4 or 5 inch goatees. Weren't the Friday after shows better for you guys for Discord? Yes. But we won't be doing Fridays anymore.
No, but we can just jump on Discord at like 9:00.
We can do that. We're going to figure out the Discord thing because that's a big part of what I wanted to do. So there is going to be a time for Discord. Keep the beard, David said. Okay. Oh, I am, man. Everyone's pro beard. It's hard to be against beards when everybody's pro beard, right?
There will be photos of Derek with little Christmas ornaments in his beard.
Heath will be the only guy that's going to like that. All right, enough with the beard. Enough with the beard.
It's alive.
Dude, Bill, you're not supposed to be in the hospital and be old and stuff, dude. What are you doing? You're not supposed to be in the hospital, man.
I'm glad that you know that, because she said Justin has enough balls. LOL.
Who said that?
Arden.
Okay. Well, she didn't mean literal balls. Okay. Yeah. So I've been working. I have been trying to find a way to crawl back into social media and doing the shows. I have a lot to say about a lot of things, as you guys probably would assume. There is a lot of things that bother me, a lot of things that don't bother me. I've went through incredible changes through the last 9-10 years I've been doing this. And for the most part, I'm still where I was at when I was doing Paranormal Soapbox, but there are things that I definitely won't keep, ranting and raving about. I don't want to make this show, where I bitch about things all the time. But I still want everybody to investigate the paranormal. And what does that mean? That means is to find validity in a haunting, find validity in what people are reporting is a haunting. Maybe the explanations aren't quite what you thought they were initially, but the whole idea is to get to the bottom of things, find some type of objective truth in them. And the fact of the matter is, most claims are not paranormal. The claims that are coming from people who aren't paranormal enthusiasts or experts or researchers or investigators, people that are normal people, weird shit happens to them, and they want to know what it is. Okay? It could be something simple, it could be something not simple, but for someone like myself to go out there and emulate what's on paranormal TV, to use methods on paranormal TV to try to help people or try to get to the bottom of what's going on, is not helping the field. It's just not. So I will stay on the course of that, but I'm not going. I'm trying not to belittle people and make people feel like, you know, the methods they're using are doing irreversible damage to the paranormal field. I think the paranormal field's already fucked the way it is, so I don't know if you can do much worse. But with that being said, before we move on, there are people that do things that really upset me, and I will, to my grave, shit on them and disgrace their name and tell you, if I catch you doing it, you're not going to get any backup from me. So I haven't changed in that regard. But we're going to talk about, you know, stuff we've been dealing with personally. I know Missy's. We've had some interesting discoveries with Missy and her abilities and things that's happened, and some things that's has made us rewind a few years, right? Like,
yeah.
So we'll talk about that for a minute. I think that's interesting to kind of get you up to speed on Missy. I know it's we're not entirely sure about some of the things. One of the attachments she's had, we're pretty sure where it came from. The other one we have an idea, but we don't know. But I want you, a lot of you that watch the show are vulnerable to what Missy has been through, I feel, or could relate to it. So we'll let Missy kind of give you the rundown, and I'll kind of add to it. Before you do that, Missy, kind of catch us up on the chat, and then we'll get into it, because people are blowing us up.
Yeah. They're wishing Bill a quick get well. Daniel Everson said a topic outside of investigation. An investigation can turn from paranormal sightings to cryptology, a UFO sighting, in a quick moment. We recently had an outdoor investigation go from paranormal investigation to Sasquatch sighting instantly. We have no knowledge about cryptoology or whatever he said. Antonio said, Licking County Jail, 4th floor. LOL.
Yeah, I read that comment.
He said,
okay, there we go.
He said I had an attachment once, but the ointment cleared it up nicely.
God. All right. Okay, so Missy, I'll set this up and I'll let you take it. Over the course of the last 3 years, mostly the last 2 years, we have been experimenting with energy healing on you. Mm-hmm. And that has yielded some very interesting things. I have picked up on some what seems like attachments or entities sharing your space in your body. A lot of people know that you are a physical medium. You do allow spirits to enter your space, enter your body, for better or worse. And we're going to talk about it now. We did an investigation at Octagon Hall in Kentucky. That's where it is, right?
Yep.
And that place, and you in particular, was.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to start there, because that's when you if I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's when you first started channeling. You first opened the doors, right?
Yeah. Yep. I had walked in. I think I went to the bathroom, and I walked back out in the living room, and something told me to sit in this chair. So I sat down in the chair. I set my camera to where it was facing me, and the next thing I heard footsteps, like they were coming toward me. And the next thing I remember, you were yelling for me. And then after that, I all got fuzzy because you told me what I did, but I didn't know I did it.
Right. So what did you feel? Like when you came to, what did you feel?
Like I wasn't myself. And I even told you I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel like I did before I went in there.
So
And
did you pick up on anything like emotion wise, like anger, happiness, anything like that?
like there was a little bit of anger, but there was more like frustration. Like they're not doing what I told them to do, which is weird because you know me, I ain't telling you what to do and not expecting you to do it. And it's you're the team lead, so we pretty much do what you tell us to do, not the other way around.
Let's see, move the camera to your right a little bit. You bumped it.
I know.
Just
that.
You
There?
got it. Yeah, I'll fix it. You're going
Fix it for me.
Stop doing that.
I hit the damn mic. I hit the cord.
See, you need to get Derek to
Fix my freaking camera. I know.
There you go. The background. Go. Got to find out which source is yours. Anyway, go ahead. We'll fix it.
And you kept telling me that I didn't seem like myself, and I didn't even realize that it wasn't. It wasn't me.
Right. So, fast forward to maybe what, a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, somewhere in there. You were basically feeling like there was something going on. Like it was either with you or Derek or your house.
Right.
You were asking me if people could have attachments and not know it. You guys were experiencing a lot of what's the word? You were being disturbed in your own home for various reasons. And I felt like you were losing your mind.
Right.
I thought you were going crazy. I mean, you kept on asking for Reiki, and there was something strange. Like the last sessions there was something strange, and I felt like, there was something that I was protecting myself against. Like, and I'll go ahead and go back to the Octagon Hall. What happened when I really knew that there was something wrong with Missy? And this was before she blanked. I think she was actually channeling early on in the investigation, and she just didn't know it. It wasn't full on until the point she was talking about, but Missy never has touched a gun in her life. And Derek had brought a 9mm. We were in a rural area. We keep it just in case there's like large animals that come on us because we go outside in these areas. The guy at the location wanted us to have a firearm in case because there's big cats and stuff out there. So we have one. And Missy, for whatever reason, goes over to the table, grabs it. It's loaded. Safety is on the grip and the trigger, I believe. So it doesn't have a flip safety. She picks it up like this and walks over to me and holds it like this. And I'm like, holy fuck, why are you pointing that gun at my head? And she's like, I'm not. And I'm like, stop doing that. And that time Derek calmly walked over, took the gun out of her hand, set it on the table, and he's like, don't touch that. So I'm flipping out mildly, and I'm giving her shit about it.
Missy wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, why does she do that? Why does she do that? I know she hasn't handled a gun before, but that's just common sense. That's weird to me. So I'm giving her shit about it, and she's getting angry. There's no in between. She's getting angry and angry and angry. And then it got to the point where she gave me this look that was not Missy. She gave me a look of someone who wanted to do bodily harm. And I'm like, that's weird. That's real weird. So when I was doing Reiki, I want to say a few months ago, I saw what I see sometimes is like this white smoke come out of you when I do it. It's like it rises out of the body. Really weird. Okay. No, I'm talking about Octagon Hall Garden. And towards the end of the session, I saw a woman's face rising out of her own face, and it looked like it was made out of this smoke. It's like glows like this weird pale. It's smoky. And I've never seen anything like that before, so I tell her that I see a woman. Yeah, Matt, don't make me retell it. I'll tell you afterward. Missy stuck a gun in my head. Trying to hand me a gun, and she sticks in my head like this, dude. She's like, hey, here's a gun. And I'm like, the fuck you doing? Anyway, this face rises out of her face like this far. It like comes out of her face a few inches, and then it falls back in. So immediately to me, I'm like, there's something, that's somebody else. Didn't look like her at all. I tell her about it, and she's like, I don't, you know. So what we think is going on is when she's channeling and connecting with these entities, they're not going away. They're in there. And I know my mom was in the chat, and she helped Missy shed light on who these people were. You're not sure about the woman. We have an idea. Do you want to tell them the story, retell the story about old Hartford City Jail?
We were in Hartford City Jail. The first time we were in Hartford City. I remember we were downstairs. We had, what did we have? We had the spirit box. Or no, we had the K2. Something like that. And it kept going off. And we, for whatever reason, walked back up the stairs, and Justin was talking, and Josh was in the hall. He was in a completely different room. And I seen Josh. And Josh wasn't there. And I got mad. And I remember slamming down something on the dryer, and I walked out. And I came back in. That was when you did the Reiki on me.
When you came back.
When I came back in. But I don't know. I mean, I seen Josh. Josh wasn't there.
So essentially, you just wanted to punch Josh in the face for no reason.
Yeah.
So you feel like that's possible. That's the female. You were picking up on a female there.
Yeah.
Was it in the basement?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it fits because you were angry and wanted to do bodily harm there. So let's kind of catch everybody up on speed on the psychological profile of these people. They're bad. They're real bad. Like, do you want to tell them like what my mom had told you, or?
Go ahead.
Well, one is it one or two of them that are serial killer like people?
I think it was him that was the serial killer.
But
And she
the
was like a
females,
gangster.
yeah, the other one's like a gang. They're both like killers.
Yeah.
They're both killers, and they both mean you harm, and they basically want to control you and consume everything about you. They want to, take you away and, only leave them in their place. And you can only assume that they would be fighting over you. It's not like I find it hard to believe that they would coexist within your body, right? That don't seem like that would happen.
Right.
I'm not saying it can't, but I'm skeptical. So, not only does she have one killer, she has two, and they're both fighting over her body. So,
they're affecting everything.
like what?
Like my emotions. The way I thought, the way I felt, everything.
Well, didn't you explain to me that it would confuse the holy crap out of you?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you were in a constant state of confusion. Your ADHD or ADD, I don't know which you have, but it made it worse, like way worse. Your OCD was way worse. Your anxiety levels were up. You were in hell.
Yeah.
So my mom says, hey, we need to do something about this. And I'm not going to elaborately explain what we did. It was very in depth what we had to do. Witch shit, okay? And we made it easier for Missy to extract these energies out of herself and empowered her to keep them out. And from what I could tell, we were successful. It seemed like it was successful, but they were relentlessly trying to get back in. But at least you're more aware of what's going on, and you have better tools and better knowledge to keep that at bay. And for anybody else out there that's listening or may watch this and post after we're done live streaming, who can relate to this or who try to channel spirits or entities or anything, it does,
Make sure aware of yourself.
Hmm?
Don't let them in your body. They can communicate through you, but make sure you're aware of yourself.
Yeah, because you would not remember when you first started doing it. You would lose total memory. Like your voice would change.
Mm-hmm.
You would have no memory while this was happening. That's not good.
No.
I'm not an expert on it. I don't know. Some people may be able to not be affected like you were if they do that sort of thing. So I don't want people to think that if they do it without issue, then that means, that it's, what we're saying is wrong.
Right.
So, but I think it's safe to say if you're starting off learning how to do it, you might want to take baby steps.
Yeah. Neil asked, why do the entities target Missy more than other people?
Any thoughts?
I don't know.
So, any type of person or in consciousness that seeks to target someone, to do them harm, to take them over, to do anything to them, it's easier to find easier targets. They try to find easy targets or easier targets. And they're smart and cunning. So, I'm not saying Missy's stupid by any means, but they disguise themselves very well. They come across as one thing, and all Missy wants to do is learn how to use her abilities. I mean, let's be frank. She was desperate to become a better psychic. So that is something to be aware of. If you want something super bad, you better
Just pay attention.
Be careful what you ask for, right?
Right.
Just be careful, because if she knew that this was going on, she wouldn't have done it, obviously. But, they're crafty, they're cunning, they're highly intelligent, they're manipulative. They seek out people that have anxiety, that have depression, who have abilities, the perfect storm for this. And that's why they target those types. Missy was surviving, but she wasn't happy. And other people around her probably wasn't happy.
Gina said they are extremely coy.
Yeah. That's putting it lightly.
We never put out a video on Octagon Hall, did we?
No, and no, we're eventually going to. That's right when I started working a lot. That place is crazy, okay? When you first go there, it's like a Civil War museum type place. Stonemasons had built it, so it's octagon shaped. It holds energy in a way that most structures don't. Third-degree Masons, or 33-degree Masons, whatever they're called, they know how to build the structures to manipulate psychokinetic energy in the first place. So it's a perfect storm for transient entities to be brought there and to prey on others.
Mom said Missy opened the door, so she became the target.
Right. She's like, come on in. I'm ready for you. And they're like, oh, let's get her. So yeah. Yeah. And if you're not used to the way I explain things, I can only explain things in a way that makes sense. Like, I make analogies. Like, if these consciousnesses, I can't speak. If these entities have human characteristics, which it looked like they did. So you can draw analogies to other like serial killer type personalities easily. But you want to be careful about, personifying some entities like humans. Some of them are not. Some of them have no resemblance to human behavior. That's when you really want to be careful. And if they're powerful, good luck. Okay, because you may not have any type of intel on how to defend yourself or what to do about the situation. So yeah, it's interesting. It's an ongoing thing, and it's something that we definitely need to be aware of going forward because, we care about, everybody in the group and their psychological and spiritual well-being, and we want everybody to learn from our experiences, maybe give them, different insights or better intel on how to deal with them. This happens to everybody all the time. And it's not just, paranormal entities doing this to you. People leave around PK energy everywhere. If you go to a hotel, if you go to a hospital, if you go to a busy street intersection on the subway, there's energy
Walmart.
out there. Yeah, Walmart. Thank you, Walmart. You are subjected to this. Okay, so if you are sensitive, just temporarily you can be affected by these things. And it's something to think about. If you find yourself in a funk or acting strange or feel strange, don't automatically play it off. Do research. I've done a lot of research on this, and I talked to my mother about this. I talked to Missy and Jessica about this. I talked to other psychics about this stuff. There's something to it.
Mom said she was shown to sit in a chair and obeyed opening the door.
Kind of creepy.
Yeah.
So another thing I'll say. For me personally, I'll go into locations with a chip on my shoulder and with ego. And that's a lot of the times that's like a false sense of security. I went to Octagon Hall, and I'm just like any other place. I'm like, oh, I'm big and bad. That place don't scare me. But a lot of the times, these places, when I look back at them in retrospect, they're creepy. They're strange. They're concerning. Monroe House, very concerning.
That was one place that I had my guard up so high.
That place likes to knock on my door, especially when I'm going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It'll come. You're like, remember me? Remember you said you weren't afraid? It'll test you. These energies will test you. They hang with you. It's just a strange thing. Very strange.
Gina Rutledge said the Fae do this sort of thing as well. They aren't what people think they are.
Humans aren't what they think they are. So it's even more so with, energies and personalities that are so easily morphic. What I've found about this, the paranormal realm and the spirit realm, is it's so morphic. Okay, so if you can appear to be anyone or anything and come across to anyone like however you want, would you? And the question is probably yes most of the time. And the reason I think that is once you're out of the body and you're out of this physical realm, even to your own brother or your mother or your husband, you're rarely come across as the same. You may look the same or there might be some same qualities, but there are reasons why spirit comes across in the ways they do. It's either to deceive or to give you an alternate or change perspective on the relationship and the dynamic between you and them. If you want to know more about this, I suggest you read the novel What Dreams May Come or the movie with Robin Williams in it. If you've seen that movie, it gave me an interesting perspective on why entities and spirits would change who they are to the ones they've loved and known in life. And that book and movie does a way better job of explaining why they do that. But I know they do that. And it's a lot of the reasons why is why we do that. If I was upset with my wife, or I didn't agree with my wife, or if I had this insecurity about myself with my own family, I may act differently. I may have come across as a totally different person. I may be mad, but come across as not mad. That's just human nature. And I think it's the nature of most intelligent beings to do that. But what's strange is when you are parallel spatially and temporally to our own physical reality, there are more reasons to understand why they would appear differently to other people. I mean, that's a whole nother show. That's like a whole nother subgenre of the paranormal that you could go down a rabbit hole forever and talk about. And the Fae, they relish in it. They have the luxury of doing that at their own whim.
Sandy Griffith said, Monroe House is where I heard the heads rolling down the stairs at your mom. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me, Sandy. That's great.
He still can't believe that happened. And he still wouldn't believe it, even if he had
my
heard
life
it with his own ears.
Yeah, my life consists of having the luxury of not fully realizing the shit my mom says is real. Because if everything my mom said was proven to me physically like it was at the Monroe House, I would be in a mental hospital. For sure. Especially with the alien stuff. For sure.
Is the film called again?
Which film?
The film you were talking about.
The Monroe House one?
No, the
What Dreams May Come. I'll type them out. I'll type it out. It's a badass film. What Dreams May Come. It's an older film. It won some awards for visual effects. You're probably going to cry a lot, and I apologize in advance.
Likes to make people cry.
My kiddo was just like Jessica, especially at Walmart. Yeah, I believe it. All right. What do we want to switch gears into? I know that we had seen. People have been asking me. Let's see if I can bring it up. Unexplained mysteries.com. see. Screen cap. This doesn't look exactly the way I wanted to, but I kind of just threw it together. Okay. So people have been asking me about this whole CERN thing. Okay. And they have fired the thing up. They're going to collide protons at an energy level higher than they ever have before. And I know this has been in the news in the past, but what CERN does is they smash protons together at high energy speeds, okay? And they look at the bits that come out of it. And by doing so, they finally discovered the Higgs boson, which essentially gives mass to particles. It's a field of energy that the particles go through, that they transverse. And when they transverse this energy field, it gives them mass. They don't understand why, they just know it does. And the math lines up with that. I'm not a quantum physicist. That's the best way I can explain it to you. So they're trying to find the graviton. They're trying to find a force carrier for gravity. They're trying to find all these other particles that they theorize exist that they haven't found yet. They're trying to find evidence of dark matter. So more and more energy levels, more and more kablooey of protons to see what comes out of it. And the conspiracy theory that comes out of this is, are they opening up portals? Are they causing a Mandela effect events to where essentially parallel universes splitting off from our own changing things? A lot of people believe the Mandela effect is caused by this. I know my mom's way more versed in this than I am, but I do know that when there is a disturbance in the force, you ever watch Star Wars and they have this feeling of impending doom, the spidey sense, that I've gotten that. Okay. And I don't know what happens when they collide shit, but something does. Like, I can feel it in the psychokinetic energy field, or whatever you want to call it. But I'll read this to you real quick, and then maybe you can do your own research. The world's largest atom smasher is back in action after a 4-year hiatus, having previously confirmed the existence of the elusive Higgs boson particle. The Large Hadron Collider, which is situated near Geneva in Switzerland, is finally back in action again this week following a series of upgrades enabling it to run at even higher power levels than ever before. Now capable of smashing protons together at energy levels of up to 13.6 trillion electron volts, the enormous particle accelerator is once again on the hunt for new types of particles. One of its primary goals is to find evidence of dark matter, a mysterious form of matter which, despite making up a large percentage of mass of the universe, has never been directly observed. We will measure the strengths of the Higgs boson interactions with matter and force particles to unprecedented precision, and we will further our searches for Higgs boson decays to dark matter particles, as well as searches for additional Higgs bosons, said Andreas Hoker, however you pronounce her name, spokesman of the facility's Atlas collaboration. This third run of Large Hadron Collider is expected to last around 4 years, after which it will be shut down until 2029 for yet another set of upgrades. It will certainly be interesting to see what, if any, the scientists at CERN discovered this time around. This is like an hour and 50-minute long video. I'm not going to play the sound of it. It's long. But there's this one section that boggles me. Let's see if I can find it. There's a room of CPUs and hard drives where they store all this data for the next 4 years. Here it is. It's insane, dude. This facility blows my mind. This is what I want in my bedroom if my wife would allow it. Look at this. Look at this. Okay? If you think your 20 terabyte NAS at home holding all your paranormal ghost hunting videos is big, no, it's not. It's CERN. CERN is hogging up all the computing power in the universe right now. But it's just nuts. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. Oh boy. Blowing up my YouTube. All right, so I find that fascinating. What's up, dude? What's up? over there on Twitch. What's going on, man? What do you guys think about this?
Bill Davis said, I heard they found 3 new particles.
I did not hear that yet. But that's it. What particles did they find?
And then he said, LOL, Justin's bedroom.
Hey, I need it. I need that stuff. I need that stuff. The woman in India.
And I know exactly what your wife would say. She would say, you could put it over in the storage unit across the way. Well, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Matt said, nerdgasms over here. LOL.
Ew.
Sandy asked, what is the whole point of it anyway?
Of the colliding particles together? So they can study subatomic particles. That's the fundamental building blocks matter. And other things. They're trying to understand the smallest bits of the universe and how they work. So, yeah. If you're bored and you're curious, go down that hole. I personally think I really would like Justin to investigate the Hinsdale, the woods more than anything else. I totally made me look at the paranormal a lot different than had before. It's definitely no joke up there. The Hinsdale house is probably very similar to Monroe House. That's my guess. But yeah, that's a bucket list place that I would love to get to. I would love to get to it. So yeah, that was interesting. Very interesting.
The data stored was like 24/7 running of HD video data for like 27 years.
What?
Bill said the data stored was like 24/7 running of HD video data for like 27 years.
Oh yeah, the HLs, yeah, the Large Hadron, yeah, it is. That's why they need all that shit. The data is like stupid huge. Yep. So, we'll take a look at some other stuff here. I know a woman in India is killed over witchcraft fears. That's crazy that happens still. Aliens could be sending quantum messages, study claims. I did hear that there was a Japanese radio telescope observatory that thought that they picked up a signal. Let's see if we can find that real quick. Site. Alien signal radio telescope.
Spirit Stalker said it would be freaky if CERN would conjure up an actual body or spirit playing with protons.
I don't know why that happened. Conjuring them up, I don't know, but what could happen is that they create a wormhole big enough to fuck shit up here on Earth, which they say isn't possible, but they keep on increasing the energy levels more and more and more. I don't know for sure if it's able to cause Mandela effect events. A lot of people say that it does. I don't know what causes that shit. I just think that there may be stuff that people are doing to cause it, but I think that it's natural that, people think that the cogs of the universe run efficiently when they don't. And when they don't, things get weird and you get the glitches in the matrix and you get the paranormal events that are the most bizarre. So there's a lot of stuff we need to figure out, and I don't know if CERN is giving two shits about anything outside of finding new particles. They're not looking at anything paranormal as far as I know. They're not reporting on it, and when they're interviewed, they don't, they laugh at that kind of stuff. So I don't know if they really give a shit, but I know that they got to be aware of the conspiracy theorists making claims about it. I would hope so.
Matt said I went to donate money, but the Marine Corps as a PFC is horrible pay. LOL. Sandy said, I must say, it's good to see y'all live again.
It's good to see you too, Sandy. Thank you for jumping on here and chatting with us. It's been very depressing to not be doing this. I like to exercise the brain. I like talking to all you guys. I like having this community. There's so many pros to it that I crave and need. It sucks. So fingers crossed that we'll be here right back again 8 p.m. next Wednesday doing the same thing again. Hopefully we'll have a guest on. I know we'll have Robbie Thomas on here soon. I'll probably reach out to Brandon Alvis and Gustafa. I'm going to have to give Missy a huge list. But yeah, as far as all of our friends and stuff on here, we're going to have everybody. You know, if you want to be on the show, you can jump in like, you know, Missy is and I am. You could, you know, have a chair on the show and be a part of it. Because I tell you what, guys, especially the Patreon supporters, you deserve to be on the show if you want to be on the show just as much as anyone else. That's on the show. That's the way I see it.
Bill said the data is transparent to anybody in any country to study it.
Mm-hmm. In quotation marks.
The Big Bang Theory.
I'm gonna try to look on another website for that because I've seen that somewhere else.
Arden said I definitely want to come on.
I figured. I know you've mentioned it before. Finds alien signal. Google. China says telescope may be June 5th. Okay. So China says its giant sky eye telescope, I don't hear pop-ups, may have picked up signals from alien civilizations. Uh-oh. Train's coming.
Yep.
Chinese scientists say the country's giant sky eye telescope may have picked up signs of an alien civilization. Researchers with Beijing Normal University found several cases of possible technological traces of extraterrestrial civilizations from outside the Earth, according to a report published Tuesday in Science and Technology Daily, the official newspaper of the Ministry of Science and Technology. The signals were discovered by China's 500-meter aperture spherical radio telescope, the only giant single-dish radio telescope in the world. It is known informally as Sky Eye, the newspaper said. Cosmologist Zhang Hun, once dubbed China's top alien hunter, said FAST located several narrow-banded electromagnetic signals different from the past, the newspaper reported. Zhang was also quoted by the newspaper as saying the signals could just be radio interference. The possibility that the suspicious signal is some kind of radio interference is also very high, and it needs to be further confirmed and ruled out. This may be a long process, he said. As insiders Azami Harun previously reported, the FAST telescope, which is located in wherever that is province, can detect faint radio waves from pulsars and materials in galaxies far away. The dish was completed in 2016 and the observatory cost $171 million. Jesus. As of September 2020, one of the telescope's main functions has been to search for extraterrestrial life. Beijing Normal University is working alongside scientists from University of California, Berkeley on the program. To date, those researchers have identified two sets of signals from 2019 and processing data in 2022, and one set of signals this year, Zhang told Science and Technology Daily. So, scientists, observatories are not giving up on detecting anomalous signals from space. That's for damn sure. And it looks like they're doing it more and more these days.
And said they reported something and then recanted their statement about it. Bill said he made it through his procedure and he would have been on tonight.
Hey man, don't make excuses for that. Take care of yourself. I'm glad you're all right.
what he's saying is that he made it through his procedure, or he would have been on tonight, like in Ghost Form.
You got to be kidding.
No, because he put a little ghost after his comment.
That's cute.
That's not cute.
Well, that's how his sense of humor works. So yeah, there's probably a lot more stuff out there. I know. I haven't really been paying close attention to all the stuff that's been going on lately. I mean, I can take some closer looks. I know we could talk about the ghost stop device that Missy bought. Why did you make that face?
No.
So, I made the mistake of saying that I like this device that Ghost Stop put out. Their newest ITC device. Guess what it is? Guess what it is that she got? Has anybody been paying attention? No probing. Guess what Missy got? I'll give you a hint. $400 before tax and shipping. $400. What could it be? Put your guesses in chat. The winner will win nothing.
A recorder?
Spirit Soccer says recorder. So, any other guessers? I'm wondering if anybody has been paying attention. It says Spirit Box. Still can't believe you actually like that thing. I want to tell you why. Again, I'll tell you why again. Yep. There it is. The Envoy. So, let me bring this up. Let's see if I typed in the website correctly. It's loading. Looking forward to getting a more powerful computer. I might be picking it up tomorrow. Go ahead. Was you going to say something, Missy? No? Okay. So, Josh Bender loves sending me new shit that people come out with. He's like, hey, Justin, check this out. And he's pretty much always expecting me to tear it apart and say it's garbage and stupid. But I didn't do it this time. Okay? So, we're going to take a look at this device. Instead of me explaining what it does, we'll let them do it. Video. Oh, no. There we go. Here we go. Boy, my computer's chugging right now. You gonna play? There we go. Help if I put the volume up.
Meet Envoy, your designated messenger on a mission to the other side. Designed specifically for paranormal investigations, this device presents entities with a simple and flexible way to communicate with us. Envoy
Yes, I did.
offers the ability to deliver words, phrases, numbers, emotions, and yes or no answers through a completely transparent and documentable method. Just a simple touch, energy spike, or temperature change allows for open-ended communication with no word databanks or complicated code for entities to navigate. Envoy gets to work scanning through a set of diverse choices. While that's happening, there are multiple sensors looking for environmental changes. As soon as a spike occurs, it makes a selection with an audio alert, displays it on the screen, and lets us know which sensor was triggered. As you work to communicate, words or phrases may develop that can be noted as potential responses during the investigation. The flexibility of this technique allows for delivery of names, abbreviations, other languages, and even slang, going well beyond the boundaries of a dictionary. Choose how you want to interact with 5 modes plus full control over scanning speed and sensitivity for each sensor. Set Envoy on a mission to bolster communications for your next investigation at ghoststop.com/envoy.
All right. So, let me tell you why I am very curious to see if this device does what it says. So, everybody is familiar with obvious devices that spit out stuff in a database, right? So essentially what this device does differently is it uses sensors, okay, to trigger whatever when the cursor's over a letter, a hit on any of the 3 sensors will cause it to type that letter, essentially like a typewriter. And it's not just letters, it's numbers, it's emojis, it's yes or no, it's all those things. But what intrigues me the most is if there are entities, and it's rare, but we've had it, something manipulating our devices intelligently to the point where I feel like it's not false positive and not coincidence. And one of those places was where Darren was with us. Darren seen it firsthand, the strangeness of what the fuck happened. Sorry. Fairfield County Infirmary, something was talking to us with the REM pod. There's just no way around it. It went on for longer than 10 minutes. Okay. And it didn't randomly go off. It was like, I do what I normally do. I waited. I told it not to set it off for a long time. It was like minutes. I said, don't set it off. And then right when I asked, okay, now set it off to make sure you're there, it hit it immediately, dude. It made me it blew my mind. Okay. It's the live stream's on our YouTube channel. If you haven't checked it out, please do. Okay. So if we had this there, it could spell out words when it wanted to. So if this thing is spelling out words consistently, it's not false positive. It's not something natural in the environment doing it. So what's different from word banks and this is there are no word banks. There are no pre-programmed things. It's not radio coming across a device that we're interpreting as ghosts. There's nothing but sensors and letters and faces and numbers. That's it. Let's turn it on. So, in theory, if this thing's worked, and we have tested our initial tests, the EMF meter is magnetic. It does not pick up any AC fields at all. I take magnets, high-powered earth magnets, and put it to it, and that's the only thing that sets it off is DC magnetic fields. So that's good, because you can set this thing next to a microwave, it will not go off. If you set it next to a phone, it will not go off. But if you move it in front of a speaker coil, it will go off because there's a magnet in it. So that's good. The temperature and the touch is also interesting. We can also use that. Oh, you moved your camera again. Good job.
Yeah, good job, Missy.
Move it back. Do it. Yeah, that was awesome.
You told me to move it back.
Okay, move it to your right a little bit. Oh, no, wrong way. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Get more. Yes.
Bill said timing and relevancy is everything, and you can easily see total randomness.
Yes, as long as you are careful to look for it, and you use methods to make sure that will expose randomness and coincidence. You have to know what you're doing, right? I tell people all the time, it's all about predictability, replication. Okay, so the prediction would be to take this in the Fairfield County Infirmary in Ohio, put it in the same location it was, and have a conversation. And the replication you want is, I am not going to have a normal conversation. I'm going to predict what it will say and replicate it. So an example of this, and this is a method that you've heard me talk about and everyone should use, you need to ask it to only say one thing over and over and over. So you can pick anything. It doesn't matter what it is. The color red, an apple, whatever. Just pick a word. And you ask anything that's there that can manipulate the device, can you please only type out this word when I ask it? So if it's willing, it's got to be willing to participate. You ask it to do it, and it does it. Hopefully every time. Now, if it does it every time you ask it for however long you do it, I wouldn't never expect that to happen. But in that case, in Fairfield County Infirmary, it was sticking around. And it only stopped because we tried to have the entity follow me out to the front door because it said it was trapped. So I'm like, oh, you trapped? I'll show you a way out. But I don't think it works like that because it didn't look like it followed. So that's what you do.
Incarnate said, is there a sensor for camera drops?
Camera drops. What do you mean by that?
Darren said it was actually answering through the REM and not just once or twice. It lasted at least 45 minutes or so.
4 or 5. It lasted like 10 minutes. It was a long time. It was way longer than you would expect it to.
Missy dropping our camera.
No. Yeah, we're just going to have to pay attention to that when it happens.
Bill said I am incapable of having a normal conversation.
I'm sure you can make it happen. Needed to. But do you guys understand that are still watching the show? Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of you are guilty of not doing ITC correctly. And I urge you to try it. Please. You will never see this on Paranormal TV because they know that they won't yield any results when they need them. They rely on these false positive machines to produce this crap that anyone can interpret however they want. That's why you shouldn't use ghost boxes and radios because they just spurt out things all the time. There's no way that they're not using the methods they need to do to prove that it's a manipulation of the device. So, this Envoy is your ticket. It's expensive. It's overpriced. Should you buy this? Probably not. But did Missy? Yes. Because the first thing I found out about Derek and Missy was that they were as passionate about understanding the paranormal as I was. So guess what? That means we're in it for the long haul. It may take us a lifetime to figure out what are you laughing at?
Spirit Stalker's comment.
Is it just me or does that background alien freak have a hot body? Missy, does that alien freak have a hot body?
It has a 6-pack.
What? That's a Baphomet, Spirit Stalker. Have you ever heard the Baphomet? That's essentially the devil. So you just told me that you wanted to bone the devil. Silly goose. All right. Hopefully it's not too distracting, but I like looking at it. It's fucking rad. Look at it. It's not evil.
6-pack. Incarnate said I have a 6-pack, but it's in the fridge.
I know. Sexy. So, I am very eager to bring it back to Fairfield County Infirmary. It's on our list of things to do. And what the problem is a lot of these places, for whatever reason, whether it's lack of knowledge of how to use the devices the way you want them to, or the complete inability to know what to do with the devices when you ask them, there are rare occasions that they figure it out. And that will segue into our next talk, but that we'll talk about here for a few minutes. I really believe that most things that we communicate with and interact with and experience at locations or at our home are not the spirits or the souls of deceased people. And I'll tell you why. I believe that there is an energy field that is manipulated and is malleable and can be altered by our consciousness. So there's theories in parapsychology that suggest this. It's called psychokinetic manifestations. So even my own mother can barely distinguish the difference between them. Because there really isn't a difference. There are subtle differences. And the only way I believe you can tell is if you've done this obsessively for a decade or more. Because the cases are so rare for hauntings that involve deceased people, recently deceased people. There's no reason for me to believe that anyone who has transcended this body into a spirit form that would want to hang around in a room in an abandoned location willingly. Okay? I grew up in a house where one did, in a way. Okay? So, the paranormal and the spirit realm is not what we think it is. There's not just one soul that does one thing. Okay? You can have infinite amounts of aspects of your soul. There's no way to tie down where your soul is, how many there are, what the inner mechanisms are. But one thing is for sure. You can be in multiple places at multiple times. And the definition of the soul goes out the window, because when you think about a soul, it's one singular thing. And that's a mistake. It's never just one singular thing. It's never what you think it is. It's like we discussed before, it can take on different forms and different personalities. But the psychokinetic manifestations that were never human can mimic human behavior, that become intelligent and are seemingly artificial intelligences, for lack of a better term. Okay? You go to these haunted locations that are visited daily. People are asking the thin air to do things, to make contact with them. Hospitals, asylums, psych wards, hotels, places of high psychokinetic energy. It's like paranormal Play-Doh. Okay? They cook up and form with their own psyches what is there. And it becomes like ghosts. It becomes terrifying. It becomes friendly. It can be anything in between those things. And most of the time it's terrifying, because what vibrates this field of energy the most is bad stuff. Emotions that are high in anxiety and fear and pain. Okay, it's a low vibration. Those vibrations tend to manifest on the physical plane the most because of the frequency of them. The lower vibratory entities that feed off of this are down here anyway, and they can interact with them much easier. The higher vibrational frequencies tend to not manifest physically the way the lower ones do. Okay? The fear-based ones, the agony-based ones, the anxiety-based ones, the ones you see in the hospitals and the psych wards, the places we go to, we're all basically, dragging ourselves into the gutters of spirituality. When we go to those places, there's nothing good to come out of them unless you try to heal those places, and good luck in doing so. Good luck doing that. Because it would be an extreme undertaking by someone very powerful and very acutely aware of the mechanisms of how it got that way and how to undo it. And I want you guys to know that the paranormal, we do not know what it is. We may think we know, we may think we have an idea, but it basically is out, beyond our comprehension. There are no just one dead spirit floating around a location. They could be multiple locations. Like the house I grew up in. A man took his own life, and a part of him went back to the home that he raised his children in. He couldn't come to terms with what he did. He forgot about what he did. I am sure that there's other aspects of him at other locations. And when that house got tore down, that means that he didn't cease to exist. That it doesn't mean that he left and got over it. These things that interact with us and manifest in our physical reality are not on our timeline. They are not in our physical world. They are parallel to it. They intersect it, but they dip in and out. They are not like us. They can go in stasis and not exist and manifest in our world for thousands and trillions of years, and all of a sudden, bam, they can come right back in, like they weren't even gone. With like it's like a second to them, and it could be an eternity to us. It's bizarre. Go ahead.
Sam said, it's amazing what the head can create. Becky Young said, I agree. I've often thought, why would anyone stay in some places?
I wouldn't.
Bill Davis said, I've conjured some terrifying shit.
So we all have. So, well, one reason you would is if you can't let go of something. Now, let's be honest with ourselves. If we died an untimely death and we didn't want to let our children, our wives, and our friends go, of course that we'd want to hang around, but for how long? How long would that obsession last? I don't know. So here's the thing about that. Time does not exist when you're dead. So you are in a stasis of being there. You're not there for a time. You are there as long as we can perceive you as there. Now, if we are not there, they may not even be there. If it takes our consciousness and our perception of these things for them to exist like they do. It's strange. Okay. I've also been in the place.
Arden said, "Look what happened to Anthony at the jail.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy."
Yes.
And then Jalen said, "Same thing happened at Prospect Place. I witnessed both sessions."
Yes. The analogy is the psychokinetic energy field has these things in them. They're there. They're like stored on a disk or on a hard drive or a thumb drive, whatever, some form of medium. So someone comes along and takes the disk and plugs it in, hits play. Okay, so now you have multimedia. But what's fascinating about this type of multimedia is that it's interactive and it's intelligent. So what I've seen my mom do, what I've seen other psychics do, they believe that they're talking to the deceased. I do not believe that all the time. I believe that they are tapping into the energy, which is what paranormalist has dubbed, help me out here, Missy, I don't even use the term anymore, it's not intelligent, but it's residual. Yeah. They believe that it's residual. Okay. Most of the time, there is no difference. It just depends on your ability to tap in.
The execution chamber at Nevada State Prison has spirits trapped there. Well, they're afraid to leave.
Yes. So, this is the energy of what's there. So, this energy mixes with our own fears, our own psyches, and manifests in ways that would lead you to believe that they're still there in our time, still trapped. But I'm here to tell you, my brother, that is not true. Yes, the energy is still there, but it's not a child that is trapped in the way that we would look at a child in captivity in the flesh. It is different. But what is fascinating about our own journeys is that we still want to do something about it. So we do what we believe, releases the energy. And I believe you can release the energy, but only for you. Unfortunately.
Becky brought up a good point. She said, I've also been places where they are silent, and some people with me have all of these experiences. And I have to remember, people count experiences differently.
That's what I'm saying. You can experience nothing while the other one experiences something. Doesn't mean that one is right, one is wrong. Both are right or both are wrong.
Right.
It could be any or the other. So,
because me and Josh could be standing next to each other and be having totally different experiences in the same place at the same time.
Funny that you mentioned a child. There is the energy of a child at the prison that was there before the prison was built, when a hotel was there. 1861. Spring crazy person, you want to watch it. Hey man, you can ruffle feathers. I've talked about this before. I want everyone that does ghost hunts and does investigations to also be mindful of not only what they believe that they leave behind energetically, but what type of impact you have on the energy while it's there. Because the PK manifestations become strange and damaging to a location and to the people. I mean, like if you came up onto a box of snakes and you took a stick and you poked it to get them all angry so they hissed and striked at you, because that's what you wanted. And then you grew tired of it and you left. Well, the snakes are still pissed for the next person that comes along, and they may not be poking them with a stick, but they may get bit. So, and also, we can impregnate the energy with our own fears, anxieties, and nightmares, and everything else in between. So, you can add to the misery of the energy, or you can help heal the energy. You can change it. But it also depends on the person, too, on how they perceive and how they connect. It's all dependent on the psyche and the consciousness. And that's what model I'm developing when it comes to the parapsychology part of the paranormal. It's more than spirits and demons and angels, folks. It is strange shit that comes from here. Comes from the heart and the mind. And parapsychology is onto something, but there hasn't been a whole lot of breakthroughs and experiments. I hope that changes. I hope something like this changes it, because this is the first of its kind. No one that I know has mass produced this and sold this to people like us to use, test. If you know of any other device like the Envoy, let me know.
Antonio said chicken suit. Incarnate said, do you believe spirits can ask for people to return to speak with them?
Yeah. Yes. I do believe spirits do, real souls of people do interact with us. But it's rare. It's more rare. Like EVP. Most voices and sounds people hear are acoustic physical energy. It's not electronic voice phenomena. But there is electronic voice phenomena. It's just rare, and you have to use certain methods to prove that it is. It's the same thing. You have to know how to determine and distinguish the two. But yes, do you believe spirits can ask for other people to speak? Yes, absolutely. Psychics do it. Family members do it. Animals, in my belief, animals are called upon to do this more than. And the reason why is they have a better relationship with that than we do most of the time. Go ahead, Missy. Becky.
She said we had something interesting happen on our last one that I've never experienced. One group was outside talking, and the other were on the floor investigating. And they came back, and we asked how it went, and one of them told us about everything we had been talking about, which they got from EVP.
Okay, I don't think I've ever heard anything like that. So you're telling me that they recorded your voices that weren't your voices? Like spirits were eavesdropping on you and then repeating it on the voice. Is that what you essentially are saying? That's trippy. Like I hope they don't tell Jesus all the times I masturbated. I can't help myself. I'm thinking like, oh no, I'm done for. They know my Google history. They know my search entry. Not our voices, right? It was the damnedest thing. That is bizarre. That's what I think happened to me at Hinsdale. What I was worried about happening did, but I never told anyone what I was worried about. It's like I created it.
You did.
You did.
You did.
And we're back. Hey, it always happens an hour and a half in. Hopefully my mom's not watching. She's probably still there. Justin, I told you no. Okay, please don't tell Jesus. I tried not to, but he's the all-seeing eye of Sauron. He sees it all. He's watching us. Yeah. And I don't mean to offend anybody, but if spirits are eavesdropping on us all the time, that just terrifies me. It's more than uncomfortable. It'll make you change your ways real quick if you get embarrassed easily. You're not secure, He's great. Yep. She's getting old and feeble though. She can't deal with the summers right now. She stays locked into her air-conditioned apartment.
But she calls us if she needs us, so it's all good.
It may be worse than that, dude. It may be worse than that. You might be born without anything but a head.
He has a special lever he pulls when he sees me going at it, Bill said.
Hey, dude, that took an hour and a half to escalate. Don't be talking crap. Oh, there she is. I knew it.
As I have mentioned before, we are a frequency radio tuning in our individual channel, on our individual channels.
There is a community channel that we're all stuck in most of the time, though. And we smell each other's farts. Ain't that right, Missy?
Yep.
Comes over to my house and have to smell my ass sometimes. Yeah, it's weird out there, friends.
Poor Braylon's having a meltdown, and
yeah, that's his thing, though. He has meltdowns. That's the thing he does. It's melt. What else do they have on our friendly neighborhood Ghost Stop website?
farts, really? And there goes the show.
Hey, man, it's the show. It's part of the show. I keep telling everyone that, but they don't like it. All right, things to get and not to get from Ghost Stop. Let's do it. S-Box Ghost Box. Nope. EVP wrist recorder. It sounds like crap, but it's not the most horrible thing. EVP spike sensor. Nope. Olympus EVP recorder. Crap. ANC mini noise control. Crap. Crap. Zoom. The Zoom H4. That's good. We have several of those. EVP recorder with USB. No. Premium speaker for ANC. No. Little foam speaker. No. Ghostbox Faraday cage. That's actually a good idea. You want to block the radio because you don't want to hear the radio. Speaker for EVP and Ghost. I guess if you're going to use a Ghost box, that's okay. Let's see. EMF meter. Envoy, if you have disposable income and balls, yes. Rook EMF meter with sound. I've never used it. it's a gamble. Who Buddy Bear? No, no, and no. Who Buddy Junior? No. Trifield. They're very good EMF meters. K2 stand clip. So if you're going to use a K2, it's nice to put it in a stand. I hold it. EDI plus. Yes, very good device. REM pod. Yes, if you know how it works and know how to use it. EMF meter, a Mel meter. They are very good, but you have to watch out for false positives. K2, same thing. Susceptible to false positive. ELF meter. It depends. Extremely low frequency. So you're taking a big chunk of range of the EMF spectrum. So it may have an application somewhere in there. Millimeters we talked about. K2s we talked about. Digital EMF meter. Probably not. DIY EMF meter. That'd be fun to play around with. Now, energy drain battery tester. Okay, do not buy it here. They're $5 anywhere else. These are extremely good ideas to use. Josh Bender has actually built some for us to test in the field that are like way over engineered. Thermocouples, yep, they go bad. You can buy those. All right, Boo Buddies, no. Let's see what kind of kits they have. Remember not to use cheap batteries; they will trigger the meters. Yes, that is a very good piece of advice. Use the Energizers, name brand, Duracell. The cheap ones will make it read way too high. Okay, kits. Don't buy that. Don't buy that. This thing's interesting. This could be usable. If anybody wants to send me to review this, I wouldn't be mad. They come up with their own full spectrum action cam, and they made it magnetically connect to their own light. That's way too expensive. Look at the price. That's my qualm with Ghost Stop is that they're like way overpriced. That's bad. So I can't recommend that. Can't do it. Ghost Augustine. I think I've seen that website a few times. Learner Ghost Hunting Kit.
For the learner?
For $179? Gotta be out of your freaking mind. You gotta be out of your freaking mind. You want to buy a teddy bear with a REM pod in it? No, you don't. Ghost Box and EMF kit. Now, if you know how to use the Spirit Box, okay.
Incarnate said for that price you can get an SJ cam and modify it yourself.
Dude, you can get 17 SJ cams. You can put cams everywhere. This isn't horrible. The Spirit Box is probably not worth getting unless you want it. I have a insane setup that involves 2 Spirit Boxes. If some of you guys probably have seen, it's a lot of work and it's a pain in the ass, but it would be interesting to see if it yielded results. But the Mel meter is okay. It's just the price here. The price is nuts. Cannot believe it. That's crazy.
Arden said you can make your own Boo Bear.
Yeah. Yep. You sure could. Let's see here. Is this one? I just want to see what they're $609. $609. You get an SS box, a light with an action cam, a $100 Mel meter, and a watch that records shitty 3PF audio file.
If we were driving down the road and we showed Josh that light, he would throw it out the fucking car window.
Look at the price of this, miss.
I see it.
360 cam. Chinese action cams. Those are not GoPros, friends. And that 360 light is poop. Josh will build you one for way cheaper and way brighter. $679.95. Yep. That's wild. Crazy. So yeah, let's see here. Video cameras.
Bill Davis said I bought that laser thingy.
I know what you're talking about. The laser grid. I've been wanting to check it out, but it's so expensive. Buy me one. I won't be mad. I never do recordings for EVPs like ever. I just think they are manipulative because you trick yourself into hearing it. That is true. But there are physical acoustic voices that are real that I would definitely want to record, but they're rare. Would a dash cam and action cam be about the same? No. I wouldn't even try to use a dash cam unless that's all you had. You can buy a moddable action cam for $50. That's 4K. I have one. I'll sell it to you. I'll sell it to you, Sam. I'll sell it to you right now. Yeah, those are cool. I mean, they look cool. Whether they work, I don't know. I mean, we use a laser grid. I haven't been able to see if it's actually worth using. Okay, we've seen the Phasm cam. They're asking $180 for that. Do not buy that. Buy a Zoom Q2 in 4K camera. It's $200. The audio is awesome, and you can mod the lens for $10 and have night vision. So for $200, you may be able to get a refurbished or used Zoom Q2N for cheaper and have a way better camera.
He said, Incarnate said, just buy a GoPro. They are on sale.
Yeah. Do not buy any action cams from this site, please. No. The price of this, they used to sell these at Walmart. I bet you they bought a crap ton. Still have the original stock because I don't think you can buy these anywhere retail like normal. $600. $600. For the love of God. You can get 2 action cams with 170-degree angle lenses and face them opposite directions. That's enough. You can buy 4 action cams with wide angle lenses and still be way cheaper than this, and that's enough. Yep.
Yeah.
GoPros are too expensive to modify. Ask Bill Davis. Yes, so if you want to know who can build you a cheap, high-functioning camera rig, ask Becky Young. Ask her how we steered her on the whole thing. How she liked what she got when we suggested what she got. We'll show you what she got. Essentially, it's a little bit different than what I'm about to show you. It's got a bigger light on it, I believe.
Josh Bender is the best in the business.
Best is. All right. Tech. This is our website. If you did not know, I'm sure you all know. So if you scroll down here, this is the camera equipment we use. And if you have not checked this out and you want to know what we use, it's all right here. This is the newest camera by Zoom, the Q8 4K. This thing is what we use primarily. The handhelds. And if we use rigged bigger cameras, we use the Sony AX series cameras, which are these. Okay, they're expensive, but they're good. Okay, so this is a Zoom Q2N 4K. We've modded it for night vision. We actually bought a lens that's designed for night vision, so it works very well. You contact. Go ahead.
How is the 4K in low light?
with a deadlight, it looks great. The deadlight, it looks great, but you need a lot of light, man, because that sensor is small. Just like, I mean, there are exceptions to small sensors having really good, low light. Like my older SJ cams did insanely well with low light. GoPros do pretty decent with low light. Not very many cameras do, though, that with smaller sensors. But yeah, if you got good light, they look fine. I mean, I can show you test footage if you want. But yeah, night vision cameras, we would suggest you use Sony, Zoom. Like the same thing with this camera. You got to give it a lot of light. But the benefit that you get is that the sound quality, especially with this camera, you can use detachable capsules, put any type of mic that Zoom offers for that modular system. You can check out the specs here. We have links to video tutorials on these things. This website's highly resourceful for you guys. We use the Zoom recorders, like we mentioned, the EVP research devices. We do experiments with this stuff. The EDI Plus we use, the Mel meters, tri-fields, REM pods, deadlights, and other fun toys. I have to put the Envoy on the site now. Be the first Ghost Stop gadget on our site. People think that we've lost our minds. But hey, guys, you got to admit, this thing is intriguing. I hope it does something for 400. Jesus Christ.
Incarnate said I was fighting between the Q8 and the GoPro 10. Went with the GoPro because of the low light reviews.
So, is it night vision? Did you get a night vision lens? Or are you just using regular light? Good job hitting your camera again.
I know.
Use a real camera. Use a real one.
Tell Derek to really fix my shit.
Just move the camera back to your right again. Just turn it. Turn. There you go. Good enough. So I am not mad about getting the Q8. It's awesome. What we've been doing with the Q8 is we plug in. Not only can you use awesome microphones, I use the stereo shotgun mic capsule with it. I plug in wireless transmitters and I run other mics down hallways and in different rooms, and I wirelessly run other audio sources into it, and it's easy. The sync and post is easy, so you don't have to sync it and post. It's freaking awesome. I'll have to show you guys that setup here pretty soon.
No, but you can set it to low light conditions. There are several videos on the setting for it.
Okay. I don't know if Josh got the 10. He may have the 9. He does not use it for his video applications. He uses the Sony AX100. But that's a $1,200, $1,500 camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll put it in the chat in case you have never checked out our website before. I know Arden's been spamming
our show.
Yeah, Arden's been spamming it, but I'm going to do it again.
Panasonic HC 2000 is 4K with night vision and streams live to RT.
Yeah, but that's a big camera, man. You could use it, but it's big. It's a chonky boy, and it's expensive.
Josh said I use my Hero 7 for photography mainly.
I mean, you could definitely use a GoPro. You can use it to film. The image is good. The audio, not great for paranormal application, but it's not the worst thing in the world. They have improved it, but it's just not what we need. It won't serve our purposes, but it definitely could serve other people's purposes. If they just need scratch audio, then they can use an external recorder with it. It'll be fine. All right. Well, we're winding down. We got 5 minutes left. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody want to troll us for 5 minutes? This has been fun, hasn't it? Have you had fun, Missy?
Yeah. Except I think we needed a break at 9.
Well, you should have said something. You should have said, I gotta pee. I pissed myself.
About to now. I haven't.
If you gotta go to the bathroom now.
I'll be fine for 5 more minutes.
All right. This has been great.
It's not like in the car situation.
Yep. No, it's the smallest.
We're a diaper, Anthony said.
Or a diaper. Yep. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. Don't tell Jesus.
Right? I won't tell Justin.
Well, I'll take this time again to extend my appreciation for our supporters. I mean, to support us when we were doing absolutely nothing, essentially nothing for you guys as far as the content goes, it blows me away. And I cannot understate how much it's helped me. I mean, it's right now, my daughter's travel softball has been so expensive, and just to get the show back up, it almost cost $100. But here we are, and it's only going to get better. We're going to start running video ads again. We're going to start doing, spicing up the channel even more, tweaking it, making it better, making it high quality. Screw StreamYard. Okay, I need it to be high quality. I need it to be customizable, and especially when we share video and audio from the internet, because it helps for people to see and hear it as it should be heard. So I will continue to use Restream, so people who want to use Facebook can use Facebook, when YouTube want to use YouTube, and have high definition streaming. Thank you, Patreon supporters. And to let you guys know, I am going to start doing evidence reviews and stuff on Patreon very soon. None of that stuff's going to be available anywhere else. So the guys and gals that have been supporting us on Patreon, they're going to start getting all that stuff rolling out on Patreon only. So if you are interested in seeing that stuff, the last couple years of stuff that we have accumulated from investigations that no one's seen yet will be slowly rolled out on Patreon. The link to our Patreon I'll get for you really quick. And there we go. I will put it in the chat and you guys can check it out. Yeah. Social media. If you don't know, interfacedeath.net. There's our Patreon right there. I put it in the chat. Facebook, Twitter. We do live stream on Twitter, so if you prefer Twitter, we're live streaming this show right now on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and Discord. That link for Discord, no bueno. If you want to join our Discord, let me know and I will send you a link. You can email me at justinbrown@interfacedeath.net. You can message me on Facebook. You can message me on Twitter. However you need to, I will send you a link and get you. So, anybody have any last words before we depart?
Bill said, thanks for making my hospital stay bearable.
And you're welcome.
Incarnate said, have a great evening, everyone. It was nice seeing you.
Likewise.
Bill said the show looked good and sounded great tonight. Thanks for doing the show again. It was well received and looked amazing.
All you got to do is make Satan float and your show looks cool. Just make Satan float and you're good.
Dan said, glad you're back.
I'm glad that you're here. Thank you all very much. Figure out
Discord again, but
Arden got a Discord link. Hopefully it works. Let's see if it worked. I'll click it. Click. Dun, dun, dun. And it's loading because my RAM is getting raped. Yep, it's working. So, you guys have a good day. Oh, did we lose your video, Missy?
No, I just.
Oh, I opened Discord and it messed it up. Sorry. Here,
Yeah. I didn't do anything except close the restream.
What happened? I screwed up Discord.
It's fine.
Oops. There you go. All right, guys, we're getting off here. Just don't tell Jesus. He knows, and he's disappointed. Thank you all very much. We're not going to roll anything after this. We love you all. Hopefully, we'll see you next Wednesday. We plan on streaming next Wednesday, same bat time, same bat channel. And like I said, if there's any news, anything you want us to review, take a look at. If there's any guests that you want to see, let us know. We'll try to make it happen. All right, guys, you have a good night. You have a good one.
Wow.
Welcome
First
to the Necromancer live
good
show.
show.
This stream will begin in time. Thank you for your patience. Grab a drink, sit back, and explore the paranormal with us. Welcome to the Necromancer live show. This stream